Now we're going to learn a little bit of classical guitar. This is a really old tradition. Many believe it started in Spain, North Africa. But it really started with lutes and ouds from the Middle East and China and Africa. So, let's listen to a little bit of this piece, and we'll be learning it again from the tablature. But listen just a touch of it. It goes like this. You might have heard this before. It's called Romanza, and it's by Anonymous. We don't really know who wrote it. It's probably really taken from a folkloric style and then developed over the years into the song it is today. So let's take first a look at the tablature of the song so you have it, and then we'll start to give it a try. So here's our piece, and you could see that it's a lot of open strings in the very first section, and we just move along the high E string. Remember, we read from left to right, so the 0 at the bottom on the low E string and the 7 at the top, at the very beginning, is played at the same time. Okay? Now let's look at the second part. Now the second part moves along like the first part did, and then you can see on the low E string, we're up on the 7th fret. It's going to be a bar there, and that's really the challenging part. It's the only real challenging part. And then you can see at the bottom line, we return to our open strings. There's one last little piece. And here it is. It's the very end. You can see the last two notes are the open, low, and high E strings at the same time. So let's get started with playing it. First, let's look at how we're going to pick this song. Now, your thumb and your third finger should be on the low and high E strings, and pick them at the same time. Let's do it again. One more time. One more time. Now, after that, take your second finger and pick the B string. One more time. And one more time again. Good. One more time. Then after that, pick the G string. Ready? Go. Now if you don't have fingernails, don't worry. Just pick lightly. You'll get it. Ready? Go. Again. Again. Let's do that for just a little bit. Now that's the picking style. There's just a small variation in that style somewhere in the middle of the song, but that style is used throughout the whole piece. Now, let's look at what we're doing with our left hand. So now that we know what we're going to do with our right hand, let's look at our left hand. It's good to break up the song, or any song that's a little challenging, into sections where things are similar. Then put the whole thing together. So let's just play the high E string part from the tablature in the beginning. It's on the 7th fret. Got your tablature ready? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the thing changes. So let's go up to there. That was the 7th fret. And remember with tablature, Find what fingers work really well for you. Let's do that one more time. Ready? Go. Okay, now let's put the whole thing together with all those open strings. And we're going to do the picking style that I showed you. So here we go. Ready, slow. And things change there. So work on that first part, get it right, and then look at the second part, because that's what we're going to do now. So this section's a little challenging. Let's put our first finger across on a bar, the 7th fret. That's my 7th fret. Okay? And put your second finger there on the 8th fret, which is one up from the bar, of the G string. And let's just play that with our picking style. Ready? Go. Good. Now, let's try a little of the tablature and I'll show you. You go like this. You do that one time. Then you take your third finger and put it on the E string, 8th fret. Play that. Then you take it off and do this again. Then you reach way up to the 11th fret. Play that with your little finger. Back to the 8th fret. Then 2 times the 7th fret. Let's try that again. Ready? Go. Good. Now that's a section you really need to work on. Just that little piece there. Now the next part, if you look at your tablature, the picking style moves over a set of strings. Instead of on the E, B, and G string, you're on the B, G, and D string. Let's put our little finger there on the 10th fret, and let's try to play that. This finger's not on anything, okay? Just play that many times. Get that feeling. Okay. Now, we're going to go 10th fret, 8th fret, B string, 8th fret again, 7th fret. Okay, let's do that. It's just a little section. We're almost there. Here it is. 10th fret, 8th fret, 8th fret again, 7th fret. That's the B string. Then play an E string open. Now work on that section a bunch of times. That's going to be the real challenging part. Let's look at the ending. Now the good news is, the ending's like the beginning. So we go to the 2nd fret and play our picking style there. Good. Again. And again. And again. 3rd fret. 2nd fret. Open. And just the 2 E's. Let's do that again. Ready? Go. Now, you need to work on each section. Get it pretty smooth. and then play it along with me, because that's what we're going to do next. I've split the screen here so you can get a close-up of both hands, because along the neck I'm really moving. Let's try the whole piece, put it all together. Let's go through it 2 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now really work on that. Give your week to taking each little part for the first few days. And try to put it together and keep trying. Don't give up on this one. It's really beautiful. And you may find you'd like to pursue classical music even more. You'll have to learn regular style music and reading, but there's a lot of classical tablature out there. So really work on this week.